Dear students, I stand before you today with a new topic. In my today's class, I will discuss on the use of transformation of sentences. This is very vital and important topic in your intermediate syllabus, English second paper, and this is very difficult topic to some of the students because here the difficulties are the use of simple sentences, complex sentences and compound sentences. If you just give full attention to my lecture, you will have no problem in further. So if you have any query in your mind, make a comment in my comment box and I will give you the answer. Okay, let's begin the class. Before starting my class, I need to clarify what is a sentence. A sentence is a group of words or a set of words which make a complete or clear meaning about certain idea. So whenever we make a sentence, we have to keep in mind three important aspects regarding a sentence. The first one, the structure should be very simple, for example subject, verb, object, and you have to express meaningful meaning by your sentence. For example, if you say the cow is flying in the sky, is it a sentence? Definitely not, because this is not meaningful at all, because a cow cannot fly in the sky. So a sentence should be meaningful, a sentence should be well structured. Let's begin the clarification of sentence. After clarification of sentence, we'll move on transformation of sentence. Now, what is or how we can define transformation of sentence? Whenever we talk about transformation of sentence, we mean changing the structure, not the meaning. For example, if I say Bogura is an old town, this is a affirmative sentence. If we want to make it negative without changing the meaning, we will say, for example, Bogura is an old town. This is an example of affirmative sentence. Now we want to change it into negative without changing the meaning. We will just change the structure. For example, Bogura is not a new town. If we look at the meaning of this sentence, Bogura is not a new town. What does it mean? We mean Bogura is an old town. We prove it that whenever we talk about transformation of sentence, we just change the form or structure, not the meaning. But if you sometimes see the meaning is changed, then it will be called conversion of sentence. Some of my students sometimes confused with the conversion of sentence and transformation of sentence. They confused because they do not able to differentiate between the transformation of sentence and conversion of sentence. I will give you conversion of sentence from here. Conversion of sentence. Bogura is not an old town. What is the difference between Bogura is not a new town, Bogura is not an old town? The difference is that in the first sentence, Bogura is not a new town. The meaning of this sentence, Bogura is an old town. Meaning remain the same. In the third sentence, what do we see? The structure is changed. The meaning is also changed. Now we confirm whenever we talk about conversion of sentence, we talk both the changing of structure and the changing of meaning. I think you have got my point. Okay, let's move on. What are the areas of transformation of sentences? What cover a transformation of sentence? If we give attention to the criteria, the areas of transformation of sentence, it will be very clear to us. The first one, according to structure. According to structure. According to structure, the transformation of sentence are changed. Firstly, what? According to structure. For example, simple, complex, and compound. According to structure, we see there are three categories of transformation of sentences. The first one, simple sentence, second, complex sentence, and the third one, compound sentence. And we have to change from simple to complex, from complex to compound, and vice versa. Now, the second area is according to meaning. According to meaning. According to meaning, there are 5 categories of sentences. These are assertive sentence, assertive, interrogative, optative, imperative, and exclamatory. Here, what we do, we transfer that structure from assertive to negative, assertive to interrogative, imperative to assertive, and assertive to exclamatory, and vice versa. Okay, our third area is voice. In case of voice, active voice and passive voice. That means we transform the structure from active to passive. We do not change the meaning. The fourth area is degree. For example, positive degree, comparative degree, and superlative degree. superlative. Here we do the same thing. We change the structure from positive to comparative, from comparative to superlative, and vice versa. Here I want to say something about the question pattern that will be given in your final examination and your internal examination in your college. For example, we will have question 2 from according to structure, simple to complex, complex to compound, and vice versa. From here you will have 2 questions in your every examinations. In case of number 2, according to meaning, you will have one question, and one questions equal to 1 mark. And in the third criteria, from changing voice you will have 1 question, and from 4 you will have 1 question. Here the difficulty is according to structure, simple, complex, and compound. Here is the difficulty. At first we will discuss about simple, complex, and compound. Simple sentence is a sentence where we will have one subject and finite verb. Or clearly speaking, it will have one subject and one finite verb. So, dear students, you should have a basic knowledge about finite verb, because without finite verb you cannot create any simple sentence. Simple sentence. Simple sentence. Simple sentence means one subject, one verb. Clearly speaking, on verb means on finite verb. Finite verb. So, whenever we think of a sentence that is simple, we'll think of it will take on subject and on verb, particularly a finite verb. Now, in case of subject, you know what is subject, the doer, or the action who takes or plays, or we call it doer. On verb means finite verb. What is finite verb? We have 3 methods. We have 3 methods. We can identify a finite verb. A finite verb, for example, he works to live. He works to live. They work to live. Here is 2 examples. In the first example, works. This is tense. When tense is changing, when the form of the tense is changing, we'll call it finite verb. For example, in the first sentence, works, we have third person singular number subject, and we add at the end of word s. But in case of work, we do not add s at the end of word, because it depends on the number and the tense. It is present tense and the number is singular and plural. So when we see a verb, we change on the basis of tense and person or number, we called it finite verb. I think we have to end here for the time being, and if you have any question, the aspect I have discussed about transformation of sentence, make comment in my comment box. Uh, uh, I think you will stay at home and be safe at your home with your parents. No more today. Thank you all for your patience with my class.